while back, I felt backed into a corner. No one was pointing a finger in my face. They only asked me one simple question. What kind of things are you interested in? I felt trapped by my lack of ability to answer the question. I felt bullied by my circumstances, and I didn't like feeling one-dimensional. The truth is, there are things that high performers do in order to stay whole, healthy, and happy. It seemed to me that that question should have been much easier to answer. What if I asked you the same question? How would you respond, and would you feel as awkward as I did? Let's give it a try. What do you like to do in your free time? How are you recharging? What habits do you practice that help you stay healthy? As a leader or someone with a lot on your plate, it's easy to overlook the need and the necessity to recharge. And within our culture, it's easy to forget that busyness is not a badge of honor. Hey, what's up? This is Evan. I help leaders gain confidence and build dependable teams. Keep watching because in this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 things high performers do to stay healthy, whole, and happy. If you're like most people, you may fear that you're going to miss out on opportunities if you take a break. And I want to suggest to you that taking time to recharge will actually help you identify a whole new list of opportunities for you to capitalize on. And you more than likely would have missed these if you remain tired, empty, and burned out. Here are 4 things that high performers do in order to stay on top of their game and to be a more well-rounded person. They've also helped me to identify more deeply with the uniqueness of who I'm created to be. And I believe they can do the same for you. The first thing that you need as a high performer is a hobby. Now, I know you might be rolling your eyes at this point, but hear me out. Over the years, there have been multiple times where I've been asked, how do you keep work from spilling into every other area of your life? Or in other words, how do you keep from being consumed with work even when you're not there? One of the greatest ways high performers can prevent this is by developing a hobby. And remember that question I started out with? What do I like to do? What am I interested in? At that time, I really wasn't pursuing any interests or hobbies. And I was the culprit. I was the problem. I felt robotic despite knowing that we're meant to be creative and to find enjoyment in life. Since then, I've developed a number of hobbies that have included playing soccer, kayaking, lifting weights, and artifact hunting. And many days, it's as simple as routinely taking my dog for a walk in the morning and in the evening. I once heard Max Lucado say that it's important to have an activity to engage in that has no consequences if things do not go as planned. It's freeing to have areas that are restorative and enjoyable even when things go less than ideal. So the first thing is to find a hobby and enjoy it. Second, you need a handful of good friends. There was a time where my wife and I had our closest friends approach us about our friendship with them. Basically, they asked us if they were misinterpreting our friendship and asked if we were not as close as they thought we were. They expressed that they felt like that they never knew what was going on in our lives and that we seemed distant. And they were right. We were carrying weights and burdens that we weren't being open, honest, vulnerable, and transparent about. We'd stopped reaching out to hang out and were keeping conversations at a surface level. It truly is one of the most caring acts of friendship that I had ever experienced. And we were both so grateful for friends like that, we decided to pour our hearts out to them. If you have close friends that you haven't been intentional with, stop what you're doing, send them a text, reach out to them, and schedule some time to be with them and to hang out. Trust me, you need it, and high performers who stay healthy and whole build this aspect into their lives. The third thing is learning. Being an ongoing learner is key to being an effective leader. With the right perspective, learning new things is energizing and exciting, and information has never been more easy to access than it is right now. Powerful resources like books, podcasts, blogs, and the whole entire internet are right at our fingertips. If there is something that you want to learn or become better at, there has never been an easier time to learn how. Learning can spark new ideas and motivate you to try new things. Learning something that you've never known can inspire and motivate you to try something that you've never done. Make it a goal to read some new books, download some podcasts, and to get out of a rut by learning some new things. The fourth thing that high performers do is that they establish an exercise routine. In my late 20s, I started working out because I had a few friends in their 30s who were telling me, "Oh, just wait until you hit 30, everything goes downhill." I didn't want to be a guy in my 30s making excuses, so I started making changes. Fast forward to now, and I've come to realize that exercise has tremendous power in helping us to not only remain physically healthy, but mentally healthy as well. Regular exercise releases endorphins that enhance a greater sense of well-being, which helps get your mind away from negative cycles of thought and worry. Developing a rhythm or routine of exercise will help you to relax your mind and to relieve stress. And problems that were seemingly overwhelming began to dissolve as I allowed my heart rate to rise because of physical activity rather than worry. An assistant professor of psychiatry at Yale University stated, "Sweating 3 to 5 times a week was associated with a bigger reduction in poor mental health days than either not exercising at all or hitting the gym more than 5 times a week." Not only will physical activity help you handle stress more effectively, but a tired body also rests better too. There are so many reasons and benefits to exercising, but I've also found that it's a deeply spiritual aspect of my life too. There was a time when I had difficulty answering how I recharge, and I didn't like that. I knew there were things I was interested in, wanted to pursue, and could be doing better. I just never took the time. And you're no different either. You are uniquely created too. There are interests and offerings that you have that can be used to connect more deeply to your unique purpose and calling, and for your enjoyment. Hey, let me know in the comments if you agree and if you have other ideas that you would add to the conversation. Hey, if this video helped you, be sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. This is Evan. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.